Jewish is different than other classifications because, you know, it's a religion, it's culture, heritage, and it's a race.
Nah, man.
Jewish isn't a race.
No.
Millions of Jews died in the fucking Holocaust, and you're gonna sit here and tell me Jewish isn't a race? You SS piece of shit! Get off my show! I bet you believe in Heisenberg's uncertainty principle too, don't you? Internet news! MySpace deletes the accounts of 29,000 out of its 60 million members for being registered sex offenders.
Kobe's friend list drops from 17 to 12. With certain unseen members of the cast being one of the fallen.
To us, the American dream is nothing! To us, the American dream is nothing!
A minimum wage increase, approved in May, went into effect Tuesday the 24th in these great United States of America.
Where the buffalo roam.
My country,
'tis of the sweet land of misery.
You guys know how it goes, yeah. It raised the national minimum wage 70 cents from $5.15 to a whopping $5.85.
Don't spend it all in one place.
And we're luckier than that. Next summer it will be raised 70 more cents, and then the summer after that, in 2009, when inflation will not increase whatsoever, it will be a whopping $7.25 an hour.
The poverty line right now is $10,210. Now, if someone works a standard amount of hours with the current minimum wage, they can expect to clear the poverty line by approximately $500. Now, that might not sound like very much, but, you know...
It's more than I have on me right now.
I mean, that's for sure. You know, but you know, everything works out because, thank God, we live in a country where healthcare is free to those who need it. So their, you know, earnings are not offset.
They're not expending hundreds of dollars on medical costs or anything like that.
Oh, never. And thank God we're not sending drug users, you know, to prison. You know,
where they can't give any money to their families and are effectively cut off from the workforce.
You know, for years at a time, and you know, and a country where we don't, you know, extort, you know, poor people into serving in the military, you know, by giving them, you know, benefits, you know, in the many foreign entanglements that we have found ourselves trapped in.
No, it's very good. We keep to ourselves and keep our country strong. I mean, if I lived in a country like that, I'd consider this minimum wage increase a slap in the face. In semi-related news, Starbucks increased its prices 9 cents, after just recently increasing it 5 cents. Now, I don't give a shit because Starbucks blows, but some people still drink it, and I don't know why, because if they bought a fucking cappuccino machine that can steam milk and make espresso, you know, for $200, they would make out, if they drank just more than 50 cups of coffee with it. That would cover the cost.
I mean, and on top of the, you know, the espresso machine, you could also purchase, you know, plantation land in some, you know, impoverished, you know, drug lord riddled South American country for 10 cents an acre.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you could make a hefty profit doing that. So, you know, if you're a coffee addict, do either of those things, and if you're not, stop drinking Starbucks on principle.
Or switch to meth.
You can't believe the hype, and no one loves you for these 10,000 lies. I hope to realize one truth.
Speaking of crystal meth, Zhenli Yigan, a Mexican man of Chinese ethnicity, has been arrested after $205 million in pesos, American dollars, and euros was found in the walls of his Mexico City mansion.
Yeah, well, with pesos involved, he must have also had like a basement full of them. And how much would that come to?
Maybe about, you know, $12 American. He is accused of conspiring to make crystal meth. He legally owns a pharmaceutical laboratory, which he could use to do that.
Wow, sounds pretty open and shut. What's his defense?
His defense is that a Mexican political party forced him to store the money as a way to launder money for them.
That's
kind of a toss-up.
Pretty possible, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, making crystal meth, Mexican opposition party forcing you to launder money for them.
Maybe a little bit both.
Yeah, probably a little bit both. A recent study shows 1 in 4 New Yorkers have high blood mercury levels. This can lead to severe neurological consequences, like fucking dying.
Oh, that's wonderful news. How did this happy accident come about? Was it all those you know, paint chips we were handing out to kids in the park?
Somebody was handing out allegedly. No, they used to think it was because of eating a lot of fish with very high mercury levels. However, other American meats test for extremely high mercury levels too.
That's bizarre. Where does that leave us?
It's just another reason
of many
to switch to cannibalism. News from somewhere else.
Children, hundreds of children in Libya and Kazakhstan have been inadvertently affected with HIV.
Owned!
Nah, that's not fucking cool, dude.
Kind.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
2 explosive devices were found on the Tour de France bicycle route. A Basque separatist group, the ETA, has taken responsibility for the failed attack. I mean, it didn't kill anybody, because you'd have to time it so it went off right when they rode by. But the thing is, their whole mission is to separate from Spain.
It's pretty noble in and of itself.
It is, but, how do they expect to do that just by, blowing up a few doped-up bicycle riders?
No idea.
Really. Leave the bicyclers alone.
In other news, Africa has begun to outsource its misery by shooting a warm spell up into the small landlocked country of Macedonia. As a result, forest fires have been breaking out at a record-burning pace.
Yes, one Macedonian man was quoted as saying, it's 111 goddamn degrees Fahrenheit. Get me out of this landlocked hellhole. I will kiss your American feet. I will pay you 500 Macedonian dollars if you get me out. I have drinking the blood of my children to keep cool.
Wait, really?
No. Well, probably.
Incontrovertible fact number 1. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
What are you talking about? I mean, you can't blame the thing that somebody used to kill another person. You have to punish the person. Otherwise, cars would be illegal because people have used that for manslaughter.
I mean, if you take away guns from law-abiding citizens, the only people that will have guns will be criminals.
The only thing gun control does is keep guns out of, the waistbands and houses of law-abiding citizens who could prevent crime.
I mean, really, the reason why someone is called a criminal is because they don't respect the due process of law. Why would they respect gun control when they don't respect, robbery laws or murder laws?
What are you talking about? I mean, guns have a deterrent effect on crime. Any state that has enacted a concealed carry permit has shown a decrease in crime because criminals will not prey on a hard target. Guns make everybody a hard target.
Besides only criminals, the other people that would have guns would be the government. Do you trust the government?
Do you trust the police to have guns?
I mean, I don't get what you're talking about. You're just talking absolutely crazy. Tragedies could be averted by, just a third of the population having concealed carry weapons. You think Virginia Tech would have happened if they could just, mow that guy down as soon as he, popped in the, the building? I
mean, that is ludicrous. Like, 9/11 could have been stopped with just anybody with one gun, or even a baseball bat, just anything besides, box cutters.
When you take away guns from people, you are declawing them. You are making them docile to be taken advantage of by all the Hitlers and Stalins and Mussolinis and criminals of the world. Is that what you want?
Like, your side says that gun control has worked in Australia and Britain, but that's because they're a bunch of pussies.
Agreed!
Beast of the week.
This week's beast gets no respect, except from us. His name is Rodney fucking Dangerfield. Actually, that's not his name. That's the name he took when he came back to comedy after being gone for 30 years, when he was like in his 50s. Then he came back, was the beast of 2 and one-liners, took the comedy world by storm, appeared in numerous badass movies. Oh yeah, and when he died a few years ago, when he had his heart attack, he lit a joint in the fucking emergency room. Beast of the week.